7 this morning. I'm just getting settled in. This would be day 4, Missouri. So this morning I'm in the same spot that I sat all day yesterday. But I'm on the other side of this little drainage. I came in a little bit more from the south this morning, and I got a little bit more of a picture of what's going on here. And basically, where I'm sitting is at a ditch head. And then there's possibly 2 ravines that come together right here. And it's a funnel. It's like your classic funnel. The deer go up and down this, north to south. They go on the west side of this drainage over here to my right, or they hook and go like southeast, east. They cross the CRB up here too, and then they also like cross over the road. And it's kind of like the shortest spot in between cover right here. It's really a dandy spot. I happened to luck into it basically, which is pretty cool. So this morning we've already seen a buck come out of here when we were driving in. He was crossing the road and going west. He ended up coming back east, so I don't know if he's ended up across the road or not, but he looked like a decent buck. So hopefully we get another awesome day today, and hopefully get an arrow in something. I'm going to get quiet and watch for the big one to come by. It's 11 o'clock now. It's finally starting to warm up. This is about the coldest 50-degree sit I've ever sat in. That wind was brutal. So I kind of wanted to wait a little bit before I moved. Wanted to let people get down out of the stand and push some deer around. And 2, to kind of see how this wind was going to shake out. And that way I can pick out my next location a little bit better. I'm going to give it a half hour, then I'm going to climb down. I think they're in here, just got to readjust a little bit. So that's kind of the plan. Oh, these are decent tracks here. I kind of like this. I just came across a crossing. Might not be a bad place to jump up and hunt. I built myself a little makeshift ground blind here. There's a bunch of big bark pieces on the ground, so I kind of stacked them up behind me to give myself a little back cover. If I see the deer coming, may even try to just get on the ground. But it's so much easier to shoot from a seated position, and you can sit more still. Hopefully this works. There's quite a few tracks in this bottom here and some really good crossings. And I've got the end of some thick cover right here. Some thick cover over there. And then there's a crop field and a crop field. But that means all the signs point to the right direction. Kill light. Slow day. And maybe it's just because yesterday was so good. I needed a nap today. Alright, I'm set up this morning for the second time. Hopefully I got footage of that little 4-point coming through. 7:24. But that was the second deer that came through right over here. The basically just bumped over closer to this edge, hoping that if they come from that same direction, I'll have a shot before they win me. We'll see what happens. That's at least a good sign. I'm just hoping that wasn't, my movement for the day. It's gonna be hot today. I've almost 80 degrees. That's why I'm down here in this bottom ground. I thought it might stay cooler longer. Help the movement. I think they'll want water today. Here goes nothing. Our day 5, Missouri. And here's the update. I had another little buck come through, and he cruised through right where I was sitting this morning. It's about 40 yards away. He went to my southwest. Then he did like 3 laps over there, kind of along the wood edge. And I think he may lay down in that tall grass, because he kind of walked into it and I didn't see him come out. I think he laid down right over there. Hopefully something else cruises through. This does seem like a bedding area and it's kind of shaping up to be that way. And I may be on the downwind side of it. He was so big. So big. Legitimate Boone and Crockett buck. Under 20 yards. He was right there. another one if I could just have saw it coming. It's so hard when first time you see them, they're like under 20 yards. I got so many moves to make. I turned on the GoPro, and that wasn't even that bad. It's just I go for that bow. But my wind is like kind of going that way. I need to just like freeze. Just don't move. You hear noise. Because that's the second buck this trip that's done that to me. I hear snorting, maybe. Maybe he'll come back by this way. These are tough conditions. I readjusted. And basically, I just moved downwind from where I was at, maybe 50 yards. There's this pinch point up here where the cover meets the river and then meets some lines of cover on private. I just moved back a little bit and I moved into this cover, and there's buck sign everywhere. There's rubs all over a scrape. So, I mean, if he doesn't come by, maybe another one will. I wish he would, because he was huge. Absolutely huge. But at this point, a nice buck, I would be happy, because I'm definitely going to come back here. So, I'm going to get my granola bars, eat them, and my water, drink a little bit. I didn't pack a lunch because I was planning on heading back to camp. I could maybe get sunburned. It's so bright out here. But that ain't happening today, because I had a freaking Boone and Crockett buck come by me, and then they were chasing over there, grunting. So I ain't leaving this place. Not until dark. Man, I hope one of us gets it. It's 6:35. And I am 100% set up. This morning I'm maybe 100 yards from where I saw that big buck yesterday. those winds are kicking up. Still nothing. It's about 10 o'clock. Thinking about doing a midday shift here. I mean, I think there are some trails going by me here, but some of that thicker cover is to my south and kind of where it pops out at the river. So I may try to slide down there a little bit. I'm still going to be about 600 yards away from Darren. And with it being windy, I'll probably walk by most of the deer that are bedded. I guess that's the plan. I'm going to head out that way and see what I can see. Well, I got my buck. Walking back in closer to the river, and I look over, and what do I see sticking out of the weeds? A white nose. He was like that, but covered up. I could just see the tips of his antlers. Pulling up, boom! 10-pointer. At least I'm not leaving Missouri empty-handed. Freaking killing it on deadheads this year. Awesome. Alright, move complete. Totally not where I said I was going, per usual. I'm back to where I saw that big buck. And I'm set up how I should have been. That morning to kill him. The more I got thinking about it, it's like all the buck sign that I've seen is up here. I saw him moving. I feel like I got a pretty good beat on that. Why should I switch that up? I think there's quite a few bucks in here. I'm maybe used to Michigan where it's like, yeah, there's one or two good ones, and once they kind of figure you out, it's like, good luck. But I think these bucks are cruising so much around here, who knows what could come by. And if this is the route they prefer to go, why not sit on it? You're kind of dumb not to. I mean, there's all sorts of good bucks around here. Look at that one I just found. It's probably kind of common. So, kind of made up my mind just to come back this way. Like, the wind's good for it. Just sit here and see what happens. Down. Darren just shot one. He said he hit it in the back. It's not quite dead yet. But he should get it. He's got another arrow. He should be able to get it in it. We should be on the board. He got it done. Beautiful 9-point. Beautiful buck. Oh, we needed that so bad. Morale booster. That's awesome. Good work, Darren. Pretty impressed with Missouri. Haven't seen a lot of deer, but man, when you see one, get ready, because it could be a slammer. It's good stuff. Sun's setting. Wind's dying down a little bit. Still favorable. Hopefully one cruises by here and we get the second one down today, but if we don't, it's alright. We'll have one to process up. Try to get another one tomorrow. Okay, maybe.